All right. I want to welcome y'all again to another video vlog of the Chronicles of Old Man Logan. All right. This is the fourth one, I believe. Let me check. You dig what I'm saying? A Rolodex. Well, it's not a Rolodex, but video decks, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I believe this is the fourth one. So just want to say welcome. All right. So gonna try to add more structure to this thing as I go. So just bear with me. I'll be adding more to the actual description, and I have some links in there, some websites I want you to check out. Top of my head, I want you to check out the blog, man, where it all started. www.boulevardave.net. Okay, that's BLVDAVE.net. Okay, on there you'll find all of the podcasts once they're released. Not only will you find that, but you'll also find just like information and news that's been spread everywhere else. That I'm just trying to make sure that the Boulevard Ad followers are up to speed as well and know what's going on. So check out that. Check out the blog. Check us out on social media for one. Boulevard Ave underscore radio on Instagram and on Twitter. That is BLVDAVE underscore radio on both Twitter and on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, my personal Instagram, at Old Man Logan 83. That is OldManLogan 83. And voila, you'll see this guy. My page isn't private, so make sure you follow. I post on there often, so I think you'll like what you see. And let me see what else I want to run down before I get into my little spiel for this week. What else do I need y'all to follow? Follow the company website, NMG Enterprises LLC. The company website is www.nmgentllc.com. All right. On there, you'll see links as well to social media, to the blog, and to the link tree. I think is on there. I think I put that information on there. But basically, wherever you want to listen to the podcast, you can also find all of that. But I'll have all of that in the description anyway, so you'll be able to find that with no problem. Last but not least, podcast wise, make sure you subscribe to this here channel right here. Hit that subscribe button over there that says subscribe. Boulevard Ave TV, okay? And that way you'll know, you'll be up to speed on whenever any of the Chronicles of Old Man Logan drop. You'll be up to speed, and you'll know whenever a visual for the podcast drops, Boulevard Ave Radio. Also, we do interviews on Boulevard Ave TV, and you'll be able to know whenever those interviews drop. So that's Chronicles of Old Man Logan, that is Boulevard Ave Radio, and that's Boulevard Ave TV, which is the interviews. So that's those three things. Then what we're adding to the mix, that's going to make it 4. All right. Late Nights with Feel Good and Brandy Nicole. So if you've been on this site, you should have seen those trailers. Well, not trailers, but like introductory videos from both Feel Good and Brandy Nicole. Just telling you to get ready. That's dropping on Valentine's Day. So that's next month. It'll be here before you know it. That's a month away come Monday. Monday is January 14th. Late Nights is scheduled, you know what I'm saying, to be released. First episode, February 14th. So stay tuned on that, man. So just make sure you hit the subscribe button and stay in the know. We're working on some other things, and just stay tuned, man. Just stay tuned. All right. So that all being said, last but not least, I always forget about this. It's something I'm relaunching, so this is why I forget all the time. But I have a clothing line, a shirt line, by the name of Taster's Choice brand. So go to the website, www.tasterschoice.com. TASTERZCHOICE.com. And you know what I'm saying? You might see something on there you like. You know what I mean? That page is going to get updated. I haven't had a chance to sit down with a graphic designer, web designer, and flesh out that page and BoulevardAvNet.net the way I want to. So graphic designers, if you happen to come across this video that's in the Chicagoland area that I can build with and work on getting that done, yo, hit me up. Nomimediagroup@gmail.com. NOEMIMEDIAGROUP@gmail.com. All right. Last but not least, hit the phone lines for Boulevard Ave Radio. And if you got any comments, questions, concerns, you wanna respond to something that was said on the podcast episode, or you want to talk about one of the interviews we've done, and you got maybe some questions or something, or you want to compliment artists that we've had on there, or you want to compliment us for our interviewing, or if you want to trash us, whatever have you, hit the phone line up. All right, phone line number is 872-307-3828. Just make sure you say your name, where you're calling from, and then get into your spiel. All right. Word. So, without all of that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Chronicles of Old Man Logan, shall we? This week, we are going to tackle, and let me pull it up here so I know exactly what is supposed to be spoke about on this one. All right. We're going to talk about New Year's resolutions and keeping them, why I adapted the phrases make it count and marathon not a race. And lastly, I'm going to just go quickly over Surviving R. Kelly. It's taken over. It's been spreading like wildfire since its release last week. Our next episode is super duper R. Kelly loaded. So that's just spoiler alert. But great content, great takes on these things. We had a couple people call in, and we listened to their perspectives, and we responded to those as well. So y'all be on the lookout for episode number 35. That drops on Wednesday. Drops on Spotify. Drops on SoundCloud. Drops on iTunes. Drops on Google Play. Drops on iHeartRadio. Drops on Stitcher Radio. All right. So 6 platforms. And I'm also going to look into getting us on Pandora Radio. I heard Pandora is embarking into the podcast territory now. So I know it'll be several platforms that we're on. It's several for your choice. So you have no excuses, okay? We're not exclusive to Spotify like the big guys, all right? Like Joe Budden is, or we're not on the podcast network like the Braden Idiots and everybody on loudspeakers. But we moving, and we utilizing every form of streaming app that we can to make sure that this here podcast is heard. All right? So, New Year's resolutions and keeping them. Why I adopted the phrases make it count and marathon not a race and Surviving R. Kelly. Y'all ready to dive into it? Let's get to it. All right. So, New Year's, right? It was 2 weeks ago now. Today is the 12th. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, 11 days ago, you know what I'm saying, people was making resolutions and trying to keep to them, right? I'm the type of person, I really don't make resolutions. I know what I need to do, and I just try to focus on making sure it gets done within that year. Because when you come up with these resolutions, right, you hit the ground running, you know what I'm saying, for a couple weeks strong, and before you know it, you back to your old habits. You back to doing what you always do. You go to the gym, you sign up, now you got a bill, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's the lowest of a bill, like Planet Fitness, where it's $10 a month, it's still a bill that you've created, and you're not utilizing it. So, with that being said, me personally, I've had a Planet Fitness account for over a year that I only use for about half of the year. So, what I'm getting ready to do, and I'll probably post like quick 2-3 minute updates on here, just on this playlist, Chronicles of Old Man Logan, is when I do hit the gym, I want to show y'all, hey, look, I'm doing it, you can do it too. Okay, so it's once again hitting that mark of putting out positive energy, positive vibes, reaffirmations, and letting someone know who might be on the other side of this phone that needs that extra push to say, hey, if that guy on the other side of the phone is doing it, hey, so can I. And it helps me as well, you know what I mean? So if people want to comment, say keep going, or you ain't going to do it, whatever, cool. I'll use that energy. I'll translate it and transform it into what I need it for and use it to do what I'm trying to do. All right? But let's make sure if we're making these resolutions, because it's something that everybody does, that you're doing your utmost, you're doing your due diligence to make sure you making it count. Okay? And it's possible. Don't let anybody deter you. Don't let anything get in the way and just make you think that what you're trying to do isn't possible. It isn't possible because it is. All right. I did Boulevard Ave, the blog, for over 10 years. Over 10 years by myself. Part of that was trying to work with people and people not sticking around the way I wanted them to, or just not working out. And things like that happen. And I've had moments where I've stopped and I've just been too busy to blog. And I've had moments when I hit my stride and I'm in the lane. But the constant is I've always felt like it was something special, not just to me, but I felt like it was something that could lead to something if I just keep going when I have time to, even if it's just one day a week. Make sure I do it. You know what I'm saying? So even with your resolutions, whether it was to go back to school, finish school, get your degree, whether it was to lose weight, whether it was to stop eating fried foods or stop eating this type of beef or meat, or stop whatever. You just have to give yourself positive affirmations, and you can make anything happen, man. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Alrighty? So, New Year's resolutions, man. Y'all keep it up. Make it count. That's all you got to do. So, I end that off with saying make it count, because now we're going to explain how I came up with using that phrase, make it count, and even making a wristband of it. Let me show you how the wristband. And make it count was my way. I explained it pretty much in the last video. Show y'all the make it count band. It's in red. Red's my favorite color. It's something that I believe in, man, and it's something I'm gonna continue to say anytime I make a post, anytime I make a hashtag. It's make it count. And what that means is whatever you're doing in your time, you know what I'm saying, in your life, if it's something you feel is necessary, if it's something that you feel is the best thing for you to do, just make it count. It's just that simple. It ain't nothing deep or methodical to it. It's just whatever you feel is important, and it's something that you want to do. It's your heart desire. Hey, make it count. Whatever you do, make it count. Marathon, not a race. That leads me to the second phrase I've adopted. Now, I can't lay claim to owning or creating these phrases, so I'm not. It's just phrases that I've adopted, and I'm using, adopted, not adopted, and I use in my day-to-day, you know what I'm saying, as positive reaffirmation for what I'm trying to do. All right, so let's move on to marathon, not a race. Marathon, not a race means sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and we want to get so much done in the littlest amount of time. And that's not always good. So, marathon, not a race means take your time, monitor your pace, monitor your workload you're putting on yourself, and make sure you get it done in time. It's not a race. It's a marathon, meaning that you got more time to get to the finish line. So it means take your time, pace yourself, make sure your stride is correct. You know what I'm saying? You're not killing yourself trying to get to the finish line. You're giving yourself ample time, and you're reserving your energy, and you know what I'm saying? You make it count, for lack of a better word or term. So make it count. That's where that came from. And I do have make it count wristbands, and I got marathon, not a race wristbands on the way. That'll be coming out. If I could get it out this month, great. But if not, it'll be out at the beginning of the month, in February, and they'll both be on the Taster's Choice website. And yeah, it's not nothing where it's something where I want to make globs of money. It's just something I'm trying to give people the option if they need it. Inspiration. Look at your wrist and say, hey, make it count. Or look at your wrist and say, marathon, not a race. Just that simple. Just that simple. All right. Last but not least, I want to keep these videos under 20 minutes. So I'm not gonna do a huge spiel on Surviving R. Kelly. I personally haven't watched it, so I can't sit here and give you guys a deep dive on it. I am in the Chicago area, been in Chicago all my life, so I was around. I was here when the sex tape broke out. Early 2000s, I want to say maybe 2003 it was. So you know, fast forward to 2019 and this is being released. It's not surprising to me. I'm surprised that it took this long, honestly, for the outrage and people to really, really be ready to um, cancel R. Kelly as far as. But you know what though? At the same time though, cancel culture wasn't a real thing until the last couple of years. It wasn't something that was super serious and that was legit happening on a regular. These kind of things would happen with celebrities, troubled celebrities, and all it would take is for them to come out with a hit record or a blockbuster movie, and it all washes away. Today, in this day and age, where everything is so, it's just looked at with a critical eye. Everything is just reviewed and just thoroughly critiqued. Where when something like this is brought to the masses in this day and age, it's normally it's normally curtains for somebody, and I think it's possibly curtains for R. Kelly. I mean, you got a lot of people kind of raging against the machine, if you will, and are still avid supporters of his, still playing his music. And to me, hey, I don't throw shade at that. You know what I'm saying? It's your decision at the end of the day. Is it morally, what I'm saying, the right thing to do? Depends upon interpretation. You know, a lot of people are parents, and it's parents with daughters that are still playing this guy's music. Me personally, I haven't been a big R. Kelly fan due to some other things that happened back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Between myself, when I did see him in person at an old job of mine, and I'll probably break that down in another video because this video's running close to 20 already. But my thing is at the end of the day, it used to be something called freedom of choice, and in 2019, in 2018, the year before, and even in 2017, it seems like people have forgotten that. We just kind of like, yo, this is what you need to do, and it's the right thing to do, and do it. And most of the time, I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm one of the people that I'm not really gonna support this guy no more. You know what I mean, for real. But I wasn't really supporting him to begin with due to what happened before in my personal encounter. But I say do what you feel is right in your heart when it comes to that. Protect your children. If you got daughters, if you got sons, and that gets lost in the sauce as well. We always so concerned with the daughters. We have to be concerned about our sons too. Our sons need that kind of attention just as well. Just overall, be concerned and be aware what your kids are doing, when they're doing it, and how they're doing it, who they're doing it with. That's my 2 cents on this whole surviving R. Kelly thing. Make sure you're doing your due diligence as a parent to keep them away, free and clear of bullshit like that. And if it comes to your attention, then you go to every extent of the law to get somebody like Robert Sylvester Kelly persecuted if that's what's necessary. If you don't do the persecuting yourself. But that's a story for another time. I'll just leave with saying something. What a lot of people felt after viewing, Surviving R. Kelly, and that was, where's Frank Castle when you need him? Okay? And yeah, that's a nerd kind of thing to say, but Frank Castle is the Punisher for those that don't know. All right, so there you have it, man. Another episode, another vlog post of the Chronicles of Old Man Logan. It's in the can, man. Thank y'all for watching. That the people that do watch, make sure you check out those links I said. They will be in the descriptions. Make sure y'all follow on iTunes. Make sure you follow on Instagram. Make sure you follow on Twitter. Snapchat, I have a Snapchat, but don't really use it like that. Make sure you follow me on Firework TV app as well at Boulevard Ave Zo, BLVDAVE Zo. This is the Chronicles of Old Man Logan, vlog number 4. I'm out of here. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.